Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. For those who are new to my channel, my name's Elaine. I'm known as what? LBE. Alright, y'all, welcome back to part two. We in that thing. So what I've been doing lately is I've been going out to my blanket box and seeing things that I either can match up with something or something that I can put with something. Just trying to work the blanket box because I want that blanket box empty by the time I get to my second event. Honestly, I want it empty by the end of this month, but we're gonna give it a little bit because sometimes you gotta come up with a concept and it take a minute. Okay, but I did come up with some cool little stuff I've been matching and grabbing from my inventory and trying to work this stuff out. Okay, so I went to my blanket box and I was pulling out things that was in there. Like I had like 5 or 6 Shaggy pillows. Baby, listen, y'all, if y'all know how round them Shaggy pillows are, I was like, babe, what am I finna do with those? But I figured it out by and by. But as I was reaching in there, I realized I had a doggone Grinch blanket. And I said, Lord, you really got to go. So I pulled out one of my tall tumbler boxes. And FYI, for those y'all who are trying to get these boxes, they are no longer listed under that particular seller. I'm assuming that y'all bought them out. And they ain't got no more because they took it down. Now they do have 2 other sizes there, but not the ones that's this tall. That size is gone. So anyway, just an FYI on that, because I know y'all, some of y'all gonna continue to ask me for the link for this. I give you the link all day long, but you're not gonna find this particular box. Okay. But I took the Grinch blanket out of the wrapping. I cut the wrapping because it was damaged. Like, you know, somebody had tried to like pull it or something and tear it. I don't know, it looked janky. So what I did was, it wasn't janky enough for me to cut around the front to show you exactly what it is. So I stuck that in the front of the box like I do my wildlife bags. And I was like, Lord, what can I put with this? Because I really want this to be like a simple concept. Okay, I'm talking about so simple that you blink and it's done. So I realized that I still haven't used the fuzzy bubble sock slippers that I got from Dollar Tree. I showed you guys the brown ones. I've already used those in the s'mores kits. So I decided to pull out the black ones to go with this because the Grinch is printed on here and it's printed in black. So I was like, what better way to add the black and white slippers? So I added the slippers in there, and I know y'all like, LBE, I only see one slipper. That's because the other one's on top. Baby, we shush it up and put it on top. Okay, so I folded it over where the sole was in the inside, because as you can see, the sole is brown, and I stuck it up there like a pair of fuzzy socks. And so if I didn't do that, there'd have been like a huge gap right here, and I was like, nah, we got to fill that in. So, and plus these things are so thick, I couldn't get the other one in there anyway if I even tried. So I did that. I added green shred at the bottom, and then I took some of my lime green ribbon and I did my, you know, wrapping bow, and that's all she wrote on that. Simple, easy 2-part harmony. That's what I call it. Instead of 2-piece special, it's a 2-part harmony. All right, so my leftover men's gifts, dad gifts, whatever the case may be. I did have a few coffee mugs left over, and one of the ones said "Real Cool Dad," like REEL, with the fishing pole on the side. And I was like, man, I know I got a fish blanket. So I went out to my shed, and there's a bag that's labeled wildlife blankets, but it ain't got wildlife blankets in it because I done used all of them. And so I was like, well, let me see, because I could have sworn I had a fishing blanket that I haven't used. Well, it was still in there with the other stuff that was in there. And don't come for me for the mislabels. I hadn't got out to the shed to redo everything. So we gonna reuse that bag though, because if the bag ain't tore up, it's gonna keep on working in our favor. Okay, so anyway, I went out there and I grabbed the fishing blanket, and I slid it inside of here just like the wildlife bag kits. I always cut out the print that's supposed to be on the blanket so they know exactly what it's supposed to look like, and I always give the artist give you their artist information. So I cut that out and put that on the bag. But I just stuck it in there with this Real Cool Dad coffee mug, and thought like that'd be cool to just add to all the men's gifts that I already have done. Some simple and to the point, 2-piece special, and I decided to add this ribbon on the outside to bring in all the colors and tie a traditional bow at the top. So that's that on that. If I had more, I'd do more, but I don't have more. Okay, so the next thing I have, while going into blanket sets as well, I did an order the other day with 2 baskets, and I needed 2 pair of fuzzy socks. Well, I pulled the fuzzy socks out, but in the meantime, I went through my character socks to see what I had left because I want to try to match. I brought in a bag from the shed that has character pillows and stuff like that with it. And if I have socks to match it, I want to add the socks to that and match them in some little gift sets and be done. So, anywho, I was going through the socks and I saw I went to Winnie the Pooh socks. What the crap did you, where you get them from? And so I got to thinking, like, why did I get 2 Winnie the Pooh socks? I ain't got a Winnie the Pooh nothing, the first. And then I got to thinking, I was like, wait a minute. I know I had to get something to match it. Well, went in my cup section, my box over here on my shelf, and realized that I had forgot that I got these big, huge character cups. Now, I put all my cups in there. Tumbler cups, straw cups, all that stuff. Is 2 boxes over there filled with nothing but cups. That's all the cups I have in my possession. But after I got to looking in there, I realized, I was like, man, you got some Mickey Mouse cups, the whole crew right here on these, and then you got the single ones with the say Mickey on it. I'm like, girl, you got Mickey socks and everything. You got the doggone Stitch ones, got Stitch socks to go with it. And I was like, there's some Winnie the Pooh cups. So pulled the Winnie the Pooh cups out, and I was like, okay, Lord, I need an idea. Well, I started looking at the colors, and I said, I think I saw some blankets in that box and the color coordinate, and did. So I came up with 2 gift sets using my cupcake boxes. And I think these are sold out as well. I'll double check. But the last time I looked on there, because somebody asked me for a link, they were sold out. But I came up with 2 concepts. 1 orange blanket and 1 yellow. Because I didn't have 2 of either one of those. But I did have 1 of each in order to pull this off. So I'm like, the Lord works in mysterious ways. Y'all just got to focus on the design you're trying to do and figure out what it is in your inventory that you have that can go with that without having to go buy something else. So lucky for me, I had 2 blankets in the color scheme with these 2 pair of socks, these 2 cups, and then I was like, I want to add something in front of the blankets. I feel like it's still too plain. Well, I looked over on my shelf with my box that has like my mask and all this stuff in it, and I realized I had 2 honey facial masks in my stockpile. And I said, that ain't that God, because the cups say hello honey, and then you got the honey face mask. When I tell y'all, these came together crazy, unbelievable, and I love how the colors flow with each other. The choice of ribbon is this plaid orange or yellowish and more mustard colored and white, and then I added just some simple bows at the top. So those worked out pretty well. The next item I did, like I told you guys, I went in there and I pulled out the pillows and the Shaggy pillows, and I was like, I need a blanket to match. When I tell y'all, I didn't buy these pillows at the same time I bought these blankets, okay? So I had no clue that the colors went together. You got the green Shaggy pillow, okay? You got the blanket to match. Do y'all see how well them colors going? And yes, I did it in the shape of a piece of candy because I felt like it was festive. And it'd be kind of cute to set these out, and they'll have like a tag on them that says exactly what they are. So, you know, the customer definitely don't have to worry about that. But that's how I matched them up. Here's the blanket. Here's the pillow. So y'all see the colors, okay? Now I did wrap these in my polka dot cellophane because I felt like that makes it a lot more festive. And each section is closed off with a what's that thing? Pipe cleaner. I cut a pipe cleaner in half and put it on each side. I didn't want to use zip ties because I felt like it was going to be too much with this type of gift. So I made sure I just did pipe cleaners. Here's the pillow. Here's the blanket. I tell y'all, they just flowing. I just was looking in the box like, is there something to match this? Is there something to match this? And every time I did that, it was something to match the pillow. And this was not planned, okay? Not planned at all. Gray Shaggy pillow. Blanket to match. Again, not planned at all. Last but not least, white shaggy pillow, blanket to match. And I just happened to have 2 of these same type style blankets. Match them with the pillows. Again, turn them into these little candy shaped pieces, and they're gonna sit out there just like that in a section at my booth. So I completed these 5, so which means that I have eliminated 7, 8, 9 blankets out of my stockpile, and we're gonna keep this train rolling. Okay, I'm gonna keep on eliminating more and more. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful to you guys, gave you guys some more ideas of things that you can do with your stockpile and what you have on hand. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.